Aaron Rodgers, the man of the hour, made his much ballyhooed Jets debut against Josh Allen and the Bills in AFC East brouhaha on 9/11, as the NFL never missing the opportunity for heartstrings marketing. And they had Rodgers run out in the field in a symbolic moment with the American flag, and that turns out to be the final time that Rodgers will ever run as a Jet, possibly. If you didn't see the game, perhaps not. The Jets, as far as the game itself, which is secondary, the Jets' defense made a couple of big plays. Special teams as well. They got a break. The referees swallowed the whistle on a clear penalty against the Jets, but it's a better story if the Jets win, and so the Jets do win. They look the other way, and that's how it went. A rookie return specialist, Xavier Gibson, returning a punt 65 yards. Jets allowed to trip Buffalo players, and that's how they get the touchdown in overtime as the Jets fly to a 22-16 win in that bonus time. But don't bury the lead, my man. It was all about Aaron Rodgers going into the game, and it's all about Aaron Rodgers after the game. The final score, secondary, Rodgers making his debut there with the Jets, and it was an unmitigated disaster, but a great story. Just a great, wonderful story, not for the Jets and not for Rodgers, but just to think about all that went into this. The months of chatter and speculation, the excitement, and all of it gone as Aaron Rodgers went down in a pile less than 5 minutes into his New York Jets career. I'm talking real games here. It was the 5th offensive play of the game for the Jets. He was sacked by Buffalo's Leonard Floyd, the former L.A. Ram, and it didn't look that crazy of a play. It's like sometimes you see a tackle and you're like, well, that guy's screwed. That guy's going to be out for a while. That's not good. It wasn't like that, though. Initially, Rodgers was a little slow to get up. He went back to the ground in some pain. He stood up. Trainer came out to look at him, eventually helped him off the field, and one thing led to another. He went to the medical tent. He was taken to have an X-ray by golf cart, and then was in a walking boot and ruled out for the rest of the game. And the news came down that Robert Saleh, the Jets, all but confirming that Rodgers has had an Achilles injury, which means he will not miss the game next week against the Cowboys only. No. Aaron Rodgers, turn out the lights. The party's over. Yeah, just like that. It's all over. And Robert Saleh giving the equally bad news to Jets fans that Zach Wilson, that stiff, will be the starter of the rest of the season. Ha ha! Yeah. Okay, so let us discuss. Lot to discuss. The question, how do you digest the Aaron Rodgers Achilles injury for the Jets? So I've got Vaudevillian, DeLorean, and annual membership. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a migraine headache, which is what the number one Jets fan, Fireman Ed, has right now. He's got a migraine headache. So, yeah. Listen, the Jets are the definition of star-crossed, bedeviled, whatever you want to say. They're damned if they do and damned if they don't. So this, while it is a spectacular plot twist, you always knew that this was a possibility on the bingo card. Right? You might not have picked it on your bingo card, but it was on the bingo card. Here's why. Aaron Rodgers is 39 years old. And that is an age that tends itself to more intense injuries. Now, despite that, to not even make it 5 minutes into the game, and that is he didn't complete a pass. That is a vaudevillian-esque twist, a Three Stooges-like poke in the eye. Just think, you and I have completed the same number of passes in a regular season game as Aaron Rodgers. 0. Zippo. Bupkis. And there is no guarantee that Rodgers will play next season. There is no guarantee. You don't know how the rehab is going to go. You don't know if he's motivated to play, if he wants to play. If he does play, how will he do at that point? He will be 40 years old by then, and having sat out the balance of the 2023 season? Now, those questions are obviously for down the line. Right now, we can simply tell you that the Jets have been barbecued. That is what the Jets are. The barbecued Jet, extra crispy. Extra crispy. Now, turning the page. Can the Jets contend for the Super Bowl with Zach Wilson as the quarterback? I think you know the answer to that. You don't need me to tell you that. Go down to Walgreens, get a black Sharpie, cross out the Jets with an X, and that's it. Zach Wilson ain't it. He's not the answer. This win over Buffalo, it was flawed because the Jets should have had that kickoff, or the punt return rather, taken back because of penalty. They probably would have won the game anyway with a field goal, but you have to get that play reversed. It didn't happen. But the win against Buffalo is a Pyrrhic victory. It is tantamount to defeat because you've won the battle, but you've lost the war. Anything that the Jets were going to do was going to be with Aaron Rodgers. Now, listen, I was negative. You've heard me. I ranted and raved a lot. I was not buying into the Jets, even with Aaron Rodgers. But if I was wrong, there's a scenario where I'm wrong. It's that Rodgers leads the Jets to the promised land. That has now been eliminated. And the Jets' defense is pretty good. I'm not going to sit here and say they're not. But in order for them to carry Zach Wilson on a magical carpet ride of a run, they are going to have to take a spin in a DeLorean from Back to the Future. They're going to have to set the date to the year 2000. Make sure you go 88 miles an hour. We all saw the movie, 88 miles an hour. Make sure you have enough power. And that's around the last time you could win just purely based on defense. And that would be the Ravens of 2000 when they carried the carcass of Trent Dilfer to a championship. But Zach Wilson's just not that guy, pal. He's not that guy. The Jets, you saw it in this game. They ran a rudimentary offense against Buffalo, almost everything at the line of scrimmage. They had no confidence at all that Zach Wilson would be able to complete a pass more than within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, either behind the line or ahead of the line of scrimmage. And the problem is you can't complete a lot of passes. The problem, and you don't have to be an insider to know this, is that if you're a defensive coordinator, and you go into a game knowing the other team is not going to throw the ball more than 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, what do you do defensively? What do you think you would do defensively? Right? Just playing Madden football, you would know what to do. Maybe bunch up at the line of scrimmage. But what do I know? I just do the overnight show. Now, the last word here, normally the better stories in the losing locker room, and that was the case here because the Jets are the losers, even though they won the game. But we have double losers. How about the Buffalo side? Will Josh Allen be haunted by this performance? And I am nodding my head yes. Things that go bump in the night, and that was Josh Allen. You talk about gagging. You talk about coming up tiny. That's Josh Allen. Holy crap. Josh Allen earned an annual membership to the American Kennel Club with that performance. He needs a flea bath after that performance, and was set up, right? Rodgers plays 5 minutes, you're in the lead. Just don't screw up. You win the game. He screwed up, right? Allen was so loosey-goosey that he was reckless. And it's not like the Jets, they're going to get all the credit because of their defense, but it wasn't because of great defensive plays. If you watch the game, it was a cowardly performance by Josh Allen as he was hucking and chucking the ball up into places like almost the only thing possible would have been an interception on a couple of those throws, which were just absolutely dreadful. So congratulations. I hope you wore your helmet, Josh, because you took a ride on the Vomit Comet with that performance there. 3 interceptions and a lost fumble. And the Jets, now some of those were deep inside Jets territory, but the way it works is if you get possession of the ball off a turnover and then go down and score, that counts as points off a turnover. The Jets got 2 field goals and a touchdown based on Josh Allen mistakes. So 3 scores in this game for the Jets after Josh Allen had given the ball away. And since Aaron Rodgers got hurt, Josh Allen, for a lot of people, will be absolved of criticism. And he said all the right things, just my fault, I screwed up and all that. But that doesn't really make you feel any better because you're supposed to, you're being paid. You're the franchise quarterback. The Bills Mafia, they like lick your toes. You're supposed to make those plays. I know no one's perfect, but that was far from a perfect performance. That was like the anti-perfect. And another blown opportunity. There is such a competitive race, in theory, for the top spot in the AFC. And you look around here, and Kansas City lost on Thursday night to the Lions. Buffalo, did they take advantage? No. The Cincinnati Bengals, they lost to the Cleveland Browns. That's a sin. Did the Bills take advantage? No. The Chargers, they lost a game at home. Did Buffalo take advantage? No. Josh Allen got brain freeze. He sucked at a time you cannot suck. And the end result here is the Buffalo Bills go down. They go down. And Zach Wilson, who played the balance of the game, outside the first few minutes, he doesn't get credited with the win because it goes to Aaron Rodgers, but he played most of the game.